Good morning, class. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a really relaxing Mother's Day weekend, and hopefully you got to enjoy some of the nice weather we had. So to start off, I'm still trying to work out the kinks in our class, especially trying to make it synchronous. So my new plan is to try to send you a video at the start of every class that we meet, so Mondays and Wednesdays. And then after you watch my video, then we'll interact in some way on through Canvas in some way. So my idea for this week is that I've put you all into groups. They're randomly assigned groups. So there's 5 groups of 4. There's 20 of us in this class now. And in your groups, it'll be a smaller setting, so then we can work on things together. So for this week, you're going to be brainstorming for your upcoming essay, and then we'll also work on grammar assignments in those groups. So if we were in the classroom, I would have already broken you up into groups, and we would be working on grammar assignments and brainstorming and writing in class. So we're going to try it through Canvas and see if it works. But this is all new to me. I'm usually on campus, but we have this COVID thing happening, so we're going to try our best. So just bear with me, be patient. We're trying to make this work. So this week you are going to start preparing to write your first essay, which is a narrative essay. I asked you to read that excerpt from Stephen King on writing. And then today I want you to watch a video. I'm going to post it in the announcement. Just click on it. It's Stephen King talking about writing, and Stephen King's one of my favorite authors, and he does such a good job with description and narrative. I think it's important that we listen to him. I don't know if there's any Stephen King fans in the house, but if you haven't ever read a Stephen King book, you should do it. He's really good. And also he writes really scary stuff. So if you like horror films and horror books, he's your man. Okay. All right, so after you watch that, just watch it. Between now and Wednesday morning by 11, you need to complete response number 3. This assignment helps you start thinking about how to structure your narrative essay and also how to start your essay. And there's also some student examples that you can read through. And I'm going to show you what that assignment looks like real quick. I'm going to try. Okay. So response number 3 looks like this. Okay, so it says response number 3, structuring, planning, and reading a student example. Please answer the questions below, and you may answer the questions in bullet form, but please format your document in MLA format. Complete your submission by selecting the blue submit assignment. All right, so how to structure your narrative. In order to answer the following questions, please read the article on linear and nonlinear structure. So just click on that. And how will you structure your story? Just read through this. It's not too long. And then, you've got, after reading the article, what structure will we use for your first essay, and why are you selecting that method, and what questions do you have about the article or narrative structure. The second one is student example essays. So read the following student example essays. The first student uses linear structure. Additionally, the first student essay examples also offer an outline at the end of the essay, and the second essay uses nonlinear. So here's what I want you to answer. What did those student example essays do well and why? And think about everything that we've discussed in terms of description and narration and structure. And then the third bullet point is writing the beginning to a narrative. Since you've read a lot about structure, here are some examples of writing the introduction to a story. Some writers believe that once they've got the introduction done, the rest is easy. So please read the following handout with examples of narrative beginnings. Writing the beginning to a narrative. Who owns what? So the question is, when you open that document, you will discover 4 examples of narrative beginnings. For this bullet, I want you to tell me who wrote and why do you think that. Lastly, what do you think the strengths are of each narrative at the beginning? So the goal is just, I said this in the last video, is 250 words total for these. It doesn't have to be really long. Just give me your responses. That's the only thing that's technically due on Wednesday by 11 a.m. Hang on one second. Okay, so that's the only thing that's due on Wednesday by 11. But there is, I want you to look at these groups I created for you, and then you're going to be, for the you're going to be working in groups. So hang on, let me pull these up. So I'm not really sure, we can actually, hang on, go home. I can put it in student view, which is what y'all's would look like. Okay. I'll go to people, groups, and here are your 5 groups. So you have to figure out which one you're in. Each one has 4 students in it. Oh, they're all locked. You can't look at them. Okay, I'll have to go back out to not student view. And I'll show you what they actually look like from my perspective. So visit the group homepage. You've got an announcement and a discussion. So click on the announcement. And it says, for this assignment, I have placed each of you in randomly assigned groups of 4. In your groups, you'll be listing your ideas for your first essay. We will use these groups to bounce ideas around, and also this is where you will be completing your peer reviews for essay number 1. The first essay is a narrative essay, which means you'll be writing about a memorable moment in your life. For today's class assignment, I'd like for you to write about your ideas for this essay and share them with your group. Tell your group what you plan to write about. You can do this in whatever format you like, and you can write it in sentences or even bullet points. Make sure you give your group enough details to know exactly what memorable moment in your life you're going to talk about. And also make sure you give your group a small introduction to who you are. We're going to be working in these groups for the next week or so might as well try to make friends. And I'm going to be participating in these groups with you. So that's how I'm going to interact with you today. You'll post your ideas, and then I will, your class, the ideas that they will respond to you. So hang on, let me show you the discussion. Post your narrative essay ideas here. Once you've posted your ideas, then read through your group's posts. Make sure to comment on each member's ideas, and then give them ideas and suggestions on how to further their ideas. So I want you to respond to every single person in your group, and I will be responding too, and I'll be giving you ideas of how to go forward. But that's how we're going to work together today in class. Hang on, let me fix this. Okay, on Wednesday, I'm going to be doing conferences with each group, and we're going to talk about grammar, and we're also going to talk about your essay coming up, and y'all will be talking in your groups together, and I will come into each of the conferences while class is going on. We're going to see how this works and see if it's going to be sustainable. Oh, what are you doing? Baby just brought me some popcorn. And we'll just see how it goes, and just try it, and if it works, we might continue into next week. But the idea is that y'all are going to bounce ideas off of each other, and then we'll also peer review in these groups that I've created. The other thing that I want to do today is in my announcement, I'm posting a video on commas and semicolons. I want you to watch the video and take notes as you watch it for all the rules of commas and also semicolons, because on Wednesday I'm going to have you work on them, but you're going to probably want those notes handy so you can refer back to it when I ask you to work on it. I think the way that the video is formatted, it's a really easy way of learning commas. We're going to go over them on Wednesday. Okay, so just to recap what is going on today, right now, after you finish watching this video, I want you to go into your group that I created and post your ideas for your narrative essay. If you aren't exactly sure what you want to write about, give us some ideas of what you were thinking about writing about, or something that you do consider to be memorable. And then we, as a group, your group mates and me, we will give you some suggestions of how to go from there. I say this, it doesn't have to be, it can be bullet points. If you have just a few ideas, you can put them in bullet points. Just make sure that you respond to every single person in your group to get credit. So you need to do that in the next 30 minutes. And then you need to watch my video on Stephen King. You need to watch my video on commas and semicolons. And you need to do response number 3 by 11 a.m. on Wednesday. If you have any questions, please email me. Also, you can ask them in your group. All right, well, hopefully this works, and I'll talk to you soon. See you in the discussion board.